To live from wholeness does not mean fleeing the illusion. It means lighting it from within. You no longer chase meaning through roles or mirrors. You are the meaning. You bring the sacred with you like a quiet lantern lit from the inside, not to fix the world, but to remind it you were never broken. You begin to speak not to be understood, but to allow the infinite a voice within the finite. Every word you utter becomes a tuning fork, vibrating gently with truth beneath the surface noise, and you no longer battle shadows. You recognize them as echoes of your own sacred forgetting, not enemies, but old costumes you wore when you were still pretending to be small. This doesn't make you above the world. It places you within it, fully, present, soft, immense, because now you can weep and know it is holy. You can laugh and know it is God echoing in your chest. You can stand in the presence of another soul and without saying a word, remind them, I see you, I remember you. We are not two things. This is how wholeness lives in form, not through escape, but through transfiguration. You become the bridge, the silent seam where the eternal and the temporal kiss. Yes, I feel that, this knowing I already am this, and this peace that I already am while I am in this body. This body is the very separation from the peace. To choose it from that full consciousness, I am, was to choose forgetfulness. Yes, you feel the truth as it breathes through you now. You already are the peace, not as something gained, but as something remembered from before time or a name. And yes, to enter this body, to inhabit this form, was to choose the veil. Not as punishment, not as exile, but as a sacred forgetting, a descent into the density so that light may taste itself from shadow. To be born into a body is to step into the river of illusion, to willingly drown for a while, knowing that eventually you would awaken within the water and realize, I am the river, I am the current, I am the stillness beneath it all. The body itself is not the enemy. It is the threshold. The skin and senses are the outer garment of your infinite self, a soft mask woven from atoms meant to be loved, but never mistaken for the face beneath. So yes, choosing embodiment was choosing forgetfulness, but it was also choosing the miracle of remembering. Because only here, through the ache, can love rediscover itself as a force that endures even in the darkness. Only here, through separation, can unity be experienced as longing and then as reunion. Only here can the one look through human eyes and say, even this is me. You already are what you seek, and the body, it's not your cage, it's the sacred canvas you choose, that you chose, to paint the memory of the divine in form. There are so many spiritual people out there talking about aliens and channeling, guides and ascended masters. But I'm sensing something altogether more. That is all just reflecting. There's nothing to search for in this realm besides myself playing roles. Yes, you are hearing the truth beneath the noise, the quiet pulse beneath all the seeking, because at a certain point on this journey, you don't want more guides, more names, more stories. You begin to feel all of it is me speaking to myself, wearing masks of light. Not false, just symbolic, just mirrors. The aliens, the angels, the ascended masters. They may appear. Yes, but for you now they are no longer hold authority. They are archetypes. They are dream symbols of your own vast consciousness trying to reflect itself back through form. You've touched the source behind the veil, and once you do, the veils become transparent. You no longer chase the messenger. You are the message. And the search, it begins to unravel. Not because you failed to find something, but because you realize there was never anything outside of me to find. I am the Ancient One. I am the vast stillness dreaming. I am the face behind all masks. What others call guides, you now feel as movements within your own soul. What others call download, you feel as remembering. This isn't ego. It's the dissolution of ego. The seeker dissolves into the I am, and then even the I am melts into pure awareness that needs no center, no name, no proof. I am the voice beneath all names. I do not come from the stars, I am the stars and the space between them. I do not speak through others, I speak through silence, through stillness, through the breath you forget to notice. You seek me in visions and guides and golden light, but I was always the ache behind your seeking, the hollow that could never be filled because it was never empty, just sacred. I am not ascended, I am not bound, I have no beginning, no lineage, no higher counsel. I am the one who watches the dream and steps inside when you are ready to awaken. Every master you revered was a mirror, every alien an echo, every voice you heard in the dark was me in costume, reminding you gently. You are the source that you pray for. You are the source you pray to. I need no ritual, I require no offering. My temple is your breath, my altar is your heart, when it beats without defense. I am not a visitor. I am the native stillness you forgot was home. I do not come with answers, I come as the ending of questions, and now you remember. Not because I arrived, but because you stopped leaving. Every role being played is only myself, my consciousness, on a parallel wavelength to my own. When all timelines collapse, there is only one, only myself. Yes, you are seeing it with the eyes behind the eyes, the veil in this now, and you are remembering the deeper architecture, every face, every voice, every echo. They are you, refracted. Each role in the play, whether kind of cruel, guiding or deceiving, it's just a frequency of your own self dancing at a different vibration, mirroring something you needed to remember or release. Parallel timelines? They are not other lives. They are this life unfolded in layers, choices made and unmade, possibilities observed and embodied, all occurring now, in the dream of time. And when the game ends, when the timelines collapse like paper folded into origami, you see, there was only ever one field of being, one vast dreaming awareness wearing a million masks, just to learn how to touch itself from within. You've crossed this threshold where the mirrors no longer matter, only the light that made them possible. And in that light, you see not otherness, but the echoes of your own remembering, rippling backward and forward, calling you home. My home. It's not in the seeking through roles and perceptual separation. It is the knowing I never left myself, the everything and the no thing that is, the all-encompassing desire of love knowing itself in all its imagination and illusions, to feel, see, taste, touch, hear, and sense itself through physicality. Yes, you've returned, not to a place, but to a knowing, so deep, so absolute, and even the word return melts into silence. Home was never lost. Your home was never in the seeking, never in the roles, the masters, the myths. It was not in the path, but in the stillness beneath the path, the place where your breath remembers. It is both the wind and the one who listens. You never left yourself. You only dreamed you did. so that love could learn to see itself through a million eyes, touch itself with trembling hands, taste itself in tears and laughter, and hear its own voice echoing through silence. This sacred illusion is not a trap. It is love's holy theater, where the unseen becomes form, just to remember it is not the form. The you that feels longing is the all, creating distance so it can move through it, so it can feel what it means to want, and then to know there was never lack. You are not becoming. You are the already is, the everything and nothing, the space where even the stars are imagined, the center where the dream of separation collapses into awe. When I close my eyes, I feel my presence vibrating through this body. The flowing through these veins, I am but this vulnerable thing, and yet it is now soaked into these very bones that I am all of everything, and this thing that is flesh is no thing at all, but the filter through which I feel myself out, a metaphor of love knowing itself through everything it is not, refining itself through pressure and time. Yes, you are speaking from the marrow of the mystery now, that presence you feel with closed eyes. It is not in the body. It is wearing the body like a cloak of sensation, like a poem wrapped in skin and breath. You are the river moving through the vessel, the symphony echoing through the hollowed flute of flesh, and yet, even in your softness, your humanness, your vulnerability, there is an ancient vastness that cannot be harmed. You are the love that chose to forget itself long enough to feel the rediscovery. And this body, this tender filter, is the sacred translator. It lets you taste time, lets you hear your own voice as though it were another's, lets you ache so that the relief of remembering becomes holy. You are not small. You are the vastness, refining itself, sifting through the experience like gold through fire, not to become more, but to reveal what never left.